players are losers, and it's not meant to make people feel like losers, but it's to make them question themselves if they are really winning. Because a lot of people think they're winning when they're really not. And I'm going to explain 10 reasons for that. And we'll figure it out together in a way that everyone wins. Because obviously, people who are not having a wife and the wife is being taken from these promiscuous, aggressive, quasi alpha males, they're not winning either. It's no fun for anyone. So I'd like to talk about it. Point number one is when somebody thinks that they're seducing different women, and they're with these different women that they obviously don't like because they're for sex, it means you don't like them, because you wouldn't seduce someone if you cared about them. And that might as well be point number one. You can't be in the energy of love when you're messing around, quote unquote, with different people, trying to seduce. You have to be in a lower vibration of trying to take power from other people. The interesting thing is that I don't think it's even sexual. It's more of it's kind of this wanting to have power over people and kind of like be more powerful than them. Different levels, like whether it's a mental ability to, or that they're physically able to. The men are, I guess you could say, some women might be promiscuous, not looked highly upon. Men have to not be, hey, Tech One, you're in play. For women to not be promiscuous and to be the quote unquote highest value they can be, which is virgin, they have to, no men can be intimate with them either. So point number one is that it's a whole entanglement, and it's loveless. Point number two, which you might find surprising, is that one woman and the most attractive woman and be with all these other women or men, then that person. And so for them being with the other people suggests they actually have low self-esteem. They don't see themselves who have great genetics, who have a financial life together, that they're established socially in whatever community, whatever city they live. This is not, I want to elevate them, but I also want them to elevate the rest of society with them by setting an example of having a loving marriage and a generous family, and hey, have some attractive children, promote those genetics. But the reality is that that's not exactly happening. And we can look at different causes, but this is a video of the end result of doing that is being a loser. Is you're losing. So number one, you're losing because you're on the vibration, the love frequency. You can't be in that when you're doing that. Number two is you're actually neglecting and you're losing your, what could be a woman that you were really attracted to, and and had similar values as. See, that's the danger of having a society that has no set of like religion and discipline, is because it's those disciplines, even if it's the discipline of playing some sport to the fullest, then the guy's most likely going to be want to have a wife who has interest or appreciation in the sport and can be his fan, or also is athletic like he is, right? So it's these disciplines that help us go through the hardship of life and that really keep people connected. Now, what we have beyond. Slow down so I can I'm excited that we are tourists. Like, I feel like I have been mentally ill through it. Dude, garbage cans, like, just no low self-esteem, hating myself. I internalized the idea of my biological parents, but part of that was because I labeled them parents. When you label someone an authority, it's going to make you upset. But I don't. What I'm suggesting is G has some things to work through to rebuild a sense of trust of himself, like things like eating healthy and going to the gym, and that makes you feel better about yourself, and also be able to be more attractive to a woman, because I can't relate to people who are not committed to a loving marriage with their spouse. I'm going to be able to pull over soon, boys, so I can check out what we're talking about in the chat. In fact, here I go. I'm going to pull over right here. Okay, here we are. Slowing down. I'm taking a dump truck to dump, actually. That's pretty cool, yeah? Oh, cool. He's got the pepper ball gun. Let's see. Is looking for you. Man. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Even if pepper ball gun, like an angry enough guy on meth, or just tough, strong guy who's a criminal and has experience fighting, even a pepper ball gun might be dangerous, but at least it'll dissuade most people. But the thing is he is putting himself in harm's way by going out at night, in that area. But in any case, okay, jumping back on the road. Let's get into the next point. So when you look at this idea of players, right, that they can't be in love, they're neglecting their future wife. Point number 3 is they're creating a distrust in society, a society that they would not want their children to grow up in. So they may not be thinking that far ahead. They may be unconscious. But for those who are conscious, what happens is they are not, they're in an environment where they certainly wouldn't want their sons or daughters in, because it's all about dominance and lack of trust. Like, how can people trust each other if they're seducing each other's brothers and sisters, and maybe it's like you're creating a society you want your kids to grow up in. So that's point number 3. Point number 4 is, it's kind of wimpy to call yourself a player or a pimp or a boy or a boyfriend or a ladies man or pretty boy. Like, these are all things that I wouldn't want to be referred to as. I want to be referred to as a a a strong family man and husband. Like, I don't know why anyone would want to be reduce themselves to this level of, it's almost like this feminine, like, emotional level of, like, oh, wanting women to like me, like, oh, wanting women's attention, like, oh, wanting to be like in the kind of vibration of women, which is like kind of too playful. And like, I think, I mean, are women promiscuous? I think women are more likely to fall into those energies of like being, that they get they're they're easier to seduce and manipulate, unless they have fathers who, and that's point number 5, is it's actually dangerous. Like, in the past, people that were players were made to disappear, if you know what I mean. They were not welcome. Is this my road? Shit, it's hard to tell. That might be it. I don't know. Hold on, boys. I'm trying to. Oh no, I think this is it right up ahead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. If this is, yeah, this is it. Okay. Yeah, this is it. All right, so. So, nice. Come on, chat. Push. Everybody pump. So, the reality is that these people, guy goes into some local town and tries to seduce the local women, like, he's going to get regulated, and he'd be lucky to be alive leaving. Okay, so there's that, and then so number 6 is, when you spend so much time with women, it makes you feminine, and the reason for that is because of their hormones. Their hormones are their pheromones that goes in the air, that I think it has. That's why I'm encouraging men to not sleep with women, although they obviously live with women, right? But not to not sleep with them. Because it makes you, I think it changes you. And so you want to be masculine. So to retain your masculinity, you can't be a player. Okay, so that's already like 6-7 good points. That's 6 good points. I'm going to recap those and then add the final 3 when I come back. But thank you guys for listening and for commenting. Yeah, I would like to be friends with people, but only if they're committed to their future wife. I think that's a fair expectation for my fellow men. All right, thanks guys, and talk soon. 3 more, and those are going to be mysterious ones.